What up, world? It's your boy Tove the Barber with the Good Gossip Podcast, where we do everyday conversations in the barbershop. And then we know this week one of the hottest conversations was, and I'm coming to you once again with is the Tyree Nichols killing in Memphis. For y'all don't know, I'm in Mississippi, and it's the next state over, about 3.5 hours away. I never forget. 2014 was the first time that I ever grabbed the phone to publicly go and talk about these kind of social issues. Anybody know me, know I've been like this for years. I stand for what I stand for, and I'm willing to do whatever it takes to achieve that goal. I'll never forget, I went and got a St. Louis hat. Probably haven't worn it since that day. But it was my way of showing my support for my brothers and my sisters that were getting in the street. When I was in the street when I was here and I couldn't go down to St. Louis. And that was 2014. This is 2023. And we are looking at about 9 years later. So many names have came behind that killing. Too many to remember. Too many of our young black men that are getting killed. And I'm talking of all ages, young or old. Somebody have got killed from 14 to 23. Dashes in the middle. There's no way to justify what those officers did. No way to justify it. They was wrong. They were, from what I see, they were mad that they got maced, and they had to chase after him. And it's sad that we had to lose another young black man like that. My argument is, and I always say it, and people get mad with me when I do say it, it's how do we prevent this? How do we stop our young men from getting killed? I think somebody said today, I was watching, one of the hosts on CNN said he's watching with his white son, and he said, why did they just chase, why they did not stop running after him? And it's like a lot happens after usually they run away. And it's sad. But my argument have been, after every killing, was, why did they run? And when you run, it makes you look guilty, whether good or bad, or how they stop you. And we know that Tyree wasn't, had no probable cause to stop him. And we understand that. And what we often do is we want to argue back in the streets. And what happens then is that he becomes judge and jury on the street. I think sometimes if we gonna stop these killings, we got to teach our young men to just hold it to, we as parents get there, we as guardians get there, or we as the community get there. We know they wrong, kids. Young men, we know they wrong. And I have been pulled over so many times for no reason. Yeah. I mean, we both have a job to do. That's as citizens and as police. And I'm going to go with the citizens first. That's why I'm talking about this. We need to do a better job of teaching our kids when they do us wrong or get us in that position where we know we wrong, to teach them to not fight back. Don't run. Don't grab at nothing. Lay on the ground and let us fight for you. That's the community. That's your parents. That's your guardian. That's whoever. Let the video show that they over abuse you. And let us go and fight this. More of us need to get back into the NAACP. I want to get back into the NAACP. Not get back, I want to get into it. I'm in Rankin County, Mississippi, and I don't really think that I have NAACP chapter have a very good voice in this county. And if anybody knows somebody, I want to get in. But we must do something that's not all about just saying we toting around the card to say that. We need a voice. I do a lot in these communities. And for the young men, or older guys, or young women, or older women that have a relationship with some of these police officers, some of these judges, some of these elected officials, we need to get back to the point, we need to get to the point that we come in, we bring them into our community, and we got to start working together, man. This is what's going to stop some of this senseless killing. I try to help all the time with people with different stuff. I know a lot of elected officials, and I talk to them. And we got to get away from that old way. If you talk to these elected officials, if they Republican or Democrat, you a sellout. No, man, we got to come together. The police have to do a better job of community policing. Give you a few examples. One night, I was coming from my barbershop, and police got behind me for no reason. I didn't argue with him, but I had some words to say back to him, but I didn't cuss him out. But what I said was in a respectful way. I asked him, "Why did you stop me, officer?" He told me, which was a lie, which he said he stopped me. But what I told him was, "I dare you stop me because I'm a businessman in this city. I bring revenue through my barbershop, pay taxes. People buy hot dogs, hamburgers in these food places. My clients stop by the outlet mall, stop by Walmart, all who pay taxes. So I'm bringing business in, so I should be treated like a man in my city that has a business. Not a black business, but a business. Treat me just like you treat my white counterparts to have a business." And he gets mad. How that, I'm supposed to know that you got a business? I said, community police. And he said, what the H is community police? And I look at him and I said, "Officer, if you don't know what community policing is and you graduated from the academy, you need to go back." And I told him, if you got out, I'm here every night at my barbershop late. You don't know what I see. You don't know who I see. But if you create this, you not once have you came by my barbershop when I was in here late to see what I'm doing, or just to say, "Hey, man, I want to meet you." Because y'all too busy at the McDonald's and the Mexican restaurant and all these places that you eat at. And I'm not going to say donut shop, but y'all stay eating a lot. And that's how we got to get back to hiring men out of our communities. I don't care if you pay them more or whatever. We need to get men that people can interact with. Because you think about it, even when our little kids see at 3 years old ride and they see the police, the first thing they say, "That bad police officer here, mama." Or we tell the police, "You acting bad, I'm gonna call the police on you." So we grew up, or we grow up to have a bad taste in our mouth about the police. And then our kids see this on TV. Community policing and the community coming together is the only way. I'll never forget. I was much lighter, much smaller than I am now. I was a slim toe. Big boy now. Never forget, one night I was in the room. And I'll never forget, it was a police officer in Florence, Mississippi, that was named, I believe it was Tony, but I think his last name, we're just going to say Tony for now. And I'll never forget, me and my cousin was driving, coming from a party, and somebody called in on us and said that we was drunk driving. Man, we were mugged up. I ain't gonna lie, mugged up. And he stopped, but I knew Tony. One of the best police I knew, man, he was a people's person. Never met nobody that he didn't talk to, white, black, Mexican, brown, or whatever. And he said, hey, Easter Tobin, I got a call. I said, what's up, Tony? He said, I got a call that he was a drunk driver, somebody that was swerving. He looked at me. I said, Tony, I'm all right, it wasn't me. He said, Toby, I got a call. And I said, Tony, it wasn't me. And he looked at me, and I was by my house right across the street. And I said, Tony, I'm going home. Tony said, all right, Toby, I'm going to follow you home. But when you get to, don't you come back out. He didn't come up there blazing and guns drew because he knew me. And that goes a long way. Could I have killed somebody? Yeah. I probably would have went out somewhere later on. Because we probably stopped and get some more beer away. But that saved a tragedy. And nobody had to go to jail. Nobody had to get killed. Community policing right there. Then I never forget, and a lot of times, Tony was a white man, Caucasian, and brother, I call him just Tony, but it was a black officer, man, and at that time, me and my cousin had rims, I had rims, my best friend had rims, my other best friend had rims, so they thought we were selling drugs, but man, we were just working hard, just young men that had at that time that didn't have to sell drugs. We liked nice things. And this man wanted to show out for them white folks down there in Florence, Mississippi. And that's why I don't like to go to Florence to this day. I like to master gas. Florence and Wiggins, I'll come through y'all cities. But one night, man, this man had picked on us, man, for some of everything. And one night we came through and Tony, the guy, I came through the light, he threw the lights on me. This time I had it on me now. Back then I had it on me. But he stopped me and I knew that he was just profiling and picking on me. So when he came up, I had an attitude already. Man, what up? He had an attitude. I said, man, what you stop me for, man? I'm like, and we like on this little dark dirt road, man. I mean, dark little road in Florence. And I'm like, bro, he mad, I'm mad. I'm ready for whatever. He ready for whatever. But you're not going to keep picking on me, man. Young hothead I was at that time. And the best thing ever happened was good old Tony came through. Tony de-escalated the situation. Still got my ticket from the guy. Tony told me to fight it in court. Went to court, and I won. And that's what we got to get back to. Stop letting these people win and being the judge outside, out on the streets, man. I'm tired of seeing our young black men die, our older black men die. Man, we got so much more purpose in our life than what we can do. Man, we can't. Now, it don't make you no punk by laying down. It don't make you a punk. It just make you somebody want to live, man, because they don't value our life. They ain't value our life never. Probably never will. But we value our life. But what we can demand is respect. And we need to get back to where our young men and our young women feel like we gonna come for them. We gonna come for y'all, man. We don't like to get, we don't want y'all to get pushed around at all. Don't worry about that. We coming. And also teach our kids to stop riding dirty. Teach these older guys to start riding dirty. It's only so much weed you can smoke in a night. You ain't got to have a whole zone on you to be no big man. You ain't got to have the whole fifth on you to be no big man. You ain't got to have your music that loud to be a big man, because they are sitting around waiting for anything to pull us over and jump on us. Got to stop doing stupid stuff. We got to stop dropping our kids off at places before they're ready to leave home by themselves. We got to stop. Because look at how it escalated so fast the other night the early part of the month in Memphis. They weren't mad because he was a criminal. They was mad because they maced themselves. He was faster than them, and he ran off. And they let their temper override their responsibility to the community. Y'all remember the Jump Out Boys in Jackson? They was ready to bust heads. Everybody knew about the Jump Out Boys. Got them in a lot of cities. But they weren't your regular cops. They was head busters. So when them special units, like that in Memphis, the Scorpion unit, they go out, they not going out to be nice. Not going out to be nice. They going out to hurt somebody. Because they feel like we the special unit and we got to do this. Because they are growing out with a aggressive type of people in more crime-filled neighborhoods. Scorpion wasn't riding up there in those expensive neighborhoods over in Memphis. They was riding in the lower poverty-stricken neighborhoods. And we know more guns over there. Let's hold our neighbors accountable, for we won't be considered them kind of neighborhoods. Man, we got to do something, man. Everybody say a prayer that we can come together and we'll be a better people. Because it's starting to realize, like, man, my daddy generation, my generation, and my children's generation won't see the change. But that's become the change. That's become the change that we want to see. When we come together, we can move a mountain, any mountain. It's economically, that's politically, that's anything that we do. And, man, I'm just tired, man. It hurts. It hurts to see our young black men die like this. There's so much I can say, but their day in court's coming. And if any police listening to this, think if that was your child, how would you want them to get done? That's all I do. I try to treat people right. When you treat people right, good comes. So, when you go to bed tonight, I want you to say a prayer for that family, the Nichols family, and all the family that have lost their lives to senseless police killings. Pray for our young men and pray for our young women. Pray for our older men and our older women. Pray for our young babies. Pray for the other race of people can see how good we are and what we bring to this country. And everything gonna be all right. I love you. Hope you love me. And I know sometimes they don't always be like that. But like I always said when I end, man, make sure we push our purpose. And when we push our purpose, everything else works out. I love you guys. Hold your head up, man. Change is on the way.